Hi guys. So this is a short flow for a hypertonic pelvic floor. I'll give you 6 exercises or poses that you can do. And then as you start to feel a little bit better or some relief, not as much tenderness, then I'll give you ones to kind of take it a little bit further. So I'll give you a few more of those. So we're going to start first with the first 6. All that you need is a bolster or pillow, something to put underneath your knees. I have an eye pillow, but anything that will create a little bit of pressure on the eyelids. It actually helps to reset vagal tone, to create some tension and pressure on the ocular cardiac reflex, and reset the nervous system. So you can use this as well. And then I'm pretty lucky. I found that I had a heating pad from Sage, and then somebody had made for me this 5-pound weighted pillow, and I'm going to use that to compress on the abdomen, just to bring my attention to the pelvic floor. You're going to need a block, and then instead of a strap, just some sort of a scarf will be fine, or a tie or a belt will be perfectly fine too. So let's move through this flow. I'll talk you all the way through it today, and then hopefully you can incorporate these on your own. So we always start with relaxation. So I'm going to get you to lie back. You're going to place the bolster behind your thighs. You're going to take the weighted pillow, and I want you to place it on the belly and the fronts of the thighs. And then you're going to place that weighted eye pillow across the eyes. And you're going to go ahead and lie down all the way, palm up to start. And so in this position, the first thing that I want you to do is draw your attention to your breath. Easy inhale and exhale. Perfect. So remember that on your own, in your own body, as you inhale, your pelvic floor is going on to stretch, and as you exhale, the pelvic floor is coming off of tension. So see if you can just start to notice these things without changing anything. Good. Feeling the belly rise, the rib cage open and soften, the collarbones lift. And then take a moment to notice how you feel in this place. So releasing any tension that you may be holding on to. Relaxing the legs. Softening the low back. And then take a moment and notice how much of your back is touching the floor. So can you feel, is one glute pressing into the mat more firmly? So know that on the side that you're feeling touching the floor more firmly, it means on the opposite side, there's more tension. So just noticing these things, not changing, and noticing how the breath moves through the body. Perfect. Good. So you're going to go ahead and take the pillow off. Good. And take off your weighted pillow. You're going to walk your feet in. So we're going to go into a half variation of Happy Baby. You're going to draw your knee in towards your chest and then reach to the inside of the arch of the foot to draw down and in. So if you can't reach, you can always take your scarf, place it over the ball of the foot, the bottom of the foot, and draw everything in. Just as I always say, resist the urge to place it on the arch of the foot. There's lots of nerves that pass under there, so we don't want to compress. Just make sure that we're holding through more up toward the top of the foot. Good. And you're just going to hold that and breathe. Good. And then you're just going to draw the knee slightly out to the side. And breathe. So whenever we're doing these poses and postures and stretching the body from the outside, our breath is actually increasing the tone on the inside. Perfect. And then you're going to place the foot back down, and then you can reach to the inside of the opposite leg, or again, use your straps. So whichever one suits you best, shoulder back and down and relaxed. And breathe. Once you feel the hamstrings start to relax, you can drop the knee a little bit more out to the side. Continue to hold. And again, using our breath. Perfect. Now we're going to release. So now we're going to go into big toe yogi hold. So straight leg. So place your scarf or your strap around your foot, straighten the leg out, and straighten the bottom leg. And again, hold and breathe. So you want to relax as much as we can. And notice the breath. So a lot of the muscles that attach onto the pelvic floor are affected by the tonicity in it. The adductors, the hamstrings. So by creating a relaxation response in these muscles, we're also allowing the pelvic floor the opportunity to relax. Perfect. Soften the knee. Good. Take your scarf off. Extend your leg all the way out. Take a moment to notice the differences side to side. You might start to have realized that the opposite hip that was heavier on the floor now is starting to lift up. Bend the knee, bring the opposite leg in. And again, just noticing the difference side to side. So which hamstring was tighter? Which adductors are tighter? Just noticing these differences and working with them, remembering to breathe. Good. And then work on softening in other places. Maybe relaxing the jaw. Noticing where we hold tension. Perfect. And then let it go. So now we're going to take that block and place it underneath our sacrum. So we want to make sure that it's not pressing on the low back. So push into the feet to lift the hips. We have 3 levels. So we could place the lowest level, then you have the second level of the block, and then there's even a 3rd level. So you're going to pick the level that fits you best. Good. And then just relax. And breathe. So again, you can place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Really focus on that deep belly breath. Close the eyes. And see if you can become aware of what's happening in the pelvic floor. Where the breath goes and doesn't, where the breath stops. Perfect. So just one more breath here. Perfect. Push into the feet and lift the hips. Good. Take the small block out. And again, we're just going to do a small rock side to side as we slowly lower. Once we come down to the floor, just a couple pelvic tilts. So arching the low back, anterior tilt and posterior tilt, pressing the back down. We're going to move through that a couple of times. Good. And then draw your knees in towards your chest and circle. Good. And then the opposite direction. Good. We're going to rock all the way to one side. We're going to find our way into child's pose. So press all the way back. Take a moment here to notice where the breath goes. As you inhale, feeling the belly push against the tops of the thighs, the back body opening. Good, and then come on to all fours. So we're just going to take a moment here, move through that easy cat and cow. So curling the tail under, articulating through the spine, chin to chest, forehead to pubic bone. And then go ahead and relax. So our intention or our focus will be on, as we move into cow, so relaxing, not contracting the pelvic floor as we move into cat, but paying attention to the stretch, the opening as we move into cow. We're going to do that a couple more times. Good, just one more time. Perfect, and then just a little wag side to side. So draw your hips to one side and then to the opposite side. Look over your right shoulder and then over your left. Do that a couple more times. Last one. Good. And then come into a seated position. Perfect. So in this seated position, we're going to move into our figure four. So bring your bolster behind your body so that you're resting your hands and shoulders back. You're going to slide your leg down and cross your leg over. Slowly slide that leg in. So opening the hands east to west, opening through the heart, lifting through the chest. Focusing on relaxing through that left hip. Good, and then slide the bottom leg out. Go ahead and pick up this leg in that same stirring the pot. So placing your hand on the inside of the foot, it's this hand that I'm steering with. I'm just using my opposite hand as a guide. Good, and then the opposite direction. Taking it a little bit more out to the side. Good. And then placing that leg all the way down. Good job. So again, slide the opposite leg over, bring the hands east to west, and just sit back. And relax the leg. And notice where the breath goes. Notice the differences side to side. Which knee was higher? Our pelvic floor has two sides to it, so feeling the differences. Directing our breath into any areas where we can feel that there's tension and seeing if we can release that. Perfect. And then sit back forward. Go ahead and reach to the inside, the arch of the foot. And then again, we're using this hand to circle, this hand to guide. Good. Opposite direction. And we roll out, just seeing if we can direct that leg out a little more, open. Seeing what we can notice, what we can feel. Just being curious, paying attention. Good. One more time. Perfect. Let it go. And relax. Good job. All right. The next one's going to be a lunging position. So, because I don't have two blocks, I'm going to use my bolster on one side and my block on the other. I'm going to step all the way back with one leg and lean forward. And once I feel the relaxation happening in the hamstring on one side and the inside of the hip on the other, maybe I'm just going to focus on making some small circles. And then I'm going to focus on opening, so rocking out on that front knee. I'm rolling onto the outside, the blade of my foot. So my knee is safe. It's in line with the foot. Perfect. And then again, step all the way back onto all fours. Go ahead and move through that easy cat and cow. One more time. Perfect. Take a big step forward with your right leg. So again, knee in line with ankle. And make some circles. So we're starting with circling the back hip. Then start adding that front knee. Good. And then start by rolling onto the blade of that foot. And simply stay there. Perfect. Step all the way back onto all fours. Go ahead and move through that easy cat and cow. Should feel a lot different now. Perfect. All right. So those are the exercises I'm giving you today for a hypertonic pelvic floor. Remember that our intention is to soften and open, so we're paying attention to the relaxation portion of it, less on the contraction and more on simply relaxing in. So let me know how it goes, guys.